Yo, what's good, guys? It's Hens. I'm back again. I know it's been a while. I definitely had a lot of stuff to get on with regards to college and my home life and that kind of thing. But you know, Gen 8 has come out. It's exciting news. I didn't think it'd be particularly good, but I'm enjoying it a lot more than I was expecting. I've got three teams here that I've built over the last couple of days. This is the first decent one that I built. You've got. So I'll just run through them real quick for you guys, so that you can see. Um, this is the first one that I built. You've got a Will-O-Wisp Hex Chandelier because Ghost Stab is incredible in this metagame, and most of the Ghost Stab switch-ins are either Toxapex, which gets hit really hard by Hex after being Will-O-Wisped. It's almost it is 2-hit KO after rocks on full speed Hex, and Grimmsnarl. Other dark types like this, pretty much all of the dark types apart from Hydreigon are physical, so they hate being burned, which is amazing. So that's great. A lot of stuff that doesn't like switching into Hex, which was why I built that. That was the first team that I built that worked. Basically just using, average pivots and whatever. Choice Banded Grimmsnarl is extremely absurdly strong. It 2-hit KOs everything but the fully most Fizdef Toxapexes, and it even 2-hit KOs that after rocks if you get okay rolls. So that's really good as well. And Corviknight is just basically Celesteela but with Roost and U-turn and Defog, which is crazy as well. So yeah, so that's the first team. Might use that. I don't know. I know that one's a bit. The last one. That one is definitely a little bit weak to what they called nasty plot users, because your best way of dealing with them is Pex, and of course the new nasty plot users, Hydreigon and Gengar, both got nasty plot, and they are big threats to Toxapex. Very difficult for Toxapex to seriously hurt in any way, and they can definitely hurt Toxapex back. Even if Toxapex can haze them, it's like they're still doing way too much, way too much. Anyway, the next team I built was this Window Jellicent Double Taunt. So there was a huge resurgence in Fat. So originally everyone was like, oh, Barraskewda's broken, and everyone used Rain. And then everyone was like, oh wait, now everyone used Ferrothorn plus Pex, right? And so, and also some people are using Galarian Corsola with a Corsola, whatever you want to say, Corsola, with an Eviolite. That's really, really thick. So I'm basically running a Jellicent with enough speed to outspeed uninvested Corviknight by 2 points. So anything that's running speed for uninvested Corviknight, I outspeed that as well, unless it's gone a little bit higher. Basically, I've just crept it a little bit. It's got Taunt, Strength Sap, Will-O-Wisp, and Hex. Yes, it got Strength Sap. It's really nice. Window Barrier is quite nice because they have, Window Barrier is nice because you can stay in and taunt Ferrothorns and basically reliably stop them from leech seeding without taking a huge power whip, which is really, really nice. And it also means because like once you've and of course like you can stay in after that as well, because like then you can Will-O-Wisp them or Strength Sap them, and they won't be able to hurt you very much with Power Whip at all after that, right? So that's pretty nice. But also it's nice for Power Whip Gyarados, because it's going to allow you to live the Max Overgrow from Gmax, or not Gmax, Dynamax that it has, and Will-O-Wisp it, which is really, really nice. And then you can just spam Strength Sap versus it, and it will slowly die and won't be able to do much to you, right? Which is great, unless it clicks the flying one anticipating Window, or they just don't have the grass one. But I'm banking on them having the grass one. Okay, even if they do though, I've got my Impish Ferrothorn, Knock Off, Protect, Leech Seed, Rocks. This is the rocker on the team. This team doesn't have a lot of hazards, and that's purely because we end up defogging quite a lot ourselves due to having a Galarian Darm and a Salazzle on the team. So I just put Rocks on, that's fine. Knock Off is really nice because, like I said, Corsola with Corsola. I'm trying to call it the right name, guys. Bear with. Corsola with Eolite is really quite decent at the moment. So that's nice. And then I've got the Impish Nature, 180 defense. That is allowing me to take, I believe it's a +2 Dynamax flying move from Gyarados, and after rocks as well. So basically, it's like real assurance versus Gyarados, because then I can Leech Seed it. And if it's Dynamaxed, then Leech Seed recovers a ton because Dynamax doubles the base HP of a Pokemon. And then I can Protect as well. And after the Leech Seed that I get back from the Dynamax, I'll definitely live anything through Protect as well because that's quartered. So that's great. because Ferrothorn is a surefire check to the Gyarados as long as it doesn't crit me, and Jellicent is a pretty decent check to it as well. Okay, the next Pokemon is Salazzle, and that is because there is barely anything that will come in on a Corrosion Toxic. Okay, the only thing really is Clefable, and a lot of those are offensive right now, which means that just Toxic and Sludge Wave make this Pokemon pretty much unguardable from the start of most games, which is incredible. Okay, next Pokemon, Heavy Duty Boots Defog Mandibuzz. This is really nice because it can reliably defog, and even if my opponent makes a double on my defogger, that's fine because I can just switch out to something else. And as long as they haven't got up like 3 layers of spikes or something absurd like that, it won't punish that Pokemon a huge amount because usually my defensive pivots are Ferrothorn and Jellicent, right? So I'm able to. The idea is that even if my opponent pulls doubles around, it doesn't matter. I've still got the heavy duty boots. And in the event that my opponent can pull that kind of 50-50, where like they would come in with a threat, and either I have to roost or defog on their switch, or roost on their attack. That I don't have to play that mind games anymore because I'm not taking the rocks damage on switching. I can just go straight for the roost or straight for the defog, whichever one I want to click. Yeah, so that's really, really nice. Then we've got the Galarian Dam. This is really strong, like really, really strong. Guerrilla Tactics is basically a free choice band, and then you can put a choice item on top of that, which is incredible. So basically, this is the main form of speed control on the team. It's pretty solid form of speed control because, as you can see, it gets incredible coverage and U-turn, as well as just like, base 140 attack plus a 1.5 boost onto Ice Stab. That's really crazy hard to switch into. The last Pokemon is a Sash Diggersby, and Sash Diggersby is really nice because it can Dynamax and click Dynamax Wild Charge, which hits stuff like Corviknight, which is expecting to wall you, and stuff like Mandibuzz, which is doing the same. It hits them extremely hard, and that's basically able to it's trying to help open the door for Galarian Dam a little bit, mainly focusing on hitting Corviknights, to be honest. But yeah. And of course, the Focus Sash is really nice assurance against Gmax Excadrill, which loves to just blow through bulkier teams because it's just incredibly strong. So yeah, I think that's quite a solid team. And then the last one, this is the one that I built most recently. I built this on a bus on the way back from college, and I haven't actually tested it properly yet. So maybe I'll play it a couple of times, but basically I wanted to try Court Change Cinderace with the what's it called, Heavy Duty Boots, just because it seems to be a pretty decent way of stopping hazards from piling up on the field, essentially, or just preventing rocks 1 or 2 times. The rest of the team doesn't care hugely about it. Hydreigon doesn't really like rocks, but doesn't care about any other hazards. Clefable doesn't care about hazards at all. Ferrothorn only really cares about spikes if they get up a couple of layers, and same with Toxapex. So at the end of the day, it's mainly for Dam and Hydreigon, or just when they set up a lot of spikes, which Cinderace can definitely do. So that's great. That's really good. And yeah, and basically I've taken you through all the other stuff so far, but basically Life Orb Clefable is really difficult to wall in this meta. Nothing really can wall it as such. On this spread, I'm running enough speed to outspeed, Corviknight by 2 points again. I've also got Moonblast, Flamethrower, T-Bolt. That basically gives you a great range of coverage, which is amazing. And also this is a surefire switch into Pex, because it doesn't care about any status that Pex can use, and hits it really hard with a Life Orb T-Bolt, which is great. And Hydreigon is incredible as well, because Hydreigon can nasty plot sub. So extremely frustrating for Toxapex, because Toxapex can't actually hurt it if it gets a sub. It can't burn it, and we've got leftovers to basically recover residual. If Toxapex is spamming recover, it's never going to be able to break our subs before we get back to full HP, which is great. And of course, +2 Dynamaxed attacks are incredibly difficult to take. Especially when you've got a substitute up. Ditto can't come in and copy you and reverse sweep, which is definitely something that's quite important. When our team looks like this, it's equally somewhat weak to Hydreigon, right? So anyway, so that's that. That's the team that we have in front of us. I'm going to try and, oh yeah, one last thing. My Toxapex spread, if anyone's interested, these defense EVs allow my Toxapex to guaranteed live a choice scarf, not choice band, but choice scarf Galarian Dams EQ after rocks. It basically just means that as long as this is at full HP, I have something that I can just throw into Galarian Dam. It doesn't matter what Galarian Dam clicks, but I know that I'll be safe and I won't lose a Pokemon. And of course, because of Regenerator, it makes a fine pivot. So anyway, I'll get straight into some games then. I'll probably put like a timestamp in the comments section as well. I probably should have said that earlier in the video. Whatever, it doesn't really matter. People will probably figure it out that I'll be talking for a little while at the start. But yeah, I'm really sorry it took me so long to basically just like, you know, come back, because I do really enjoy playing ones on this YouTube channel, and yeah, I just went through a difficult spot. You know how it is. I'm sure you guys know how it is. But yeah, I'm gonna try my best to come back pretty hard on Gen 8 because it's really exciting, to be honest. It's really exciting. Okay. My opponent has potential rockers. I don't know whether Copper Jar gets rocks or not. I would assume it does. I know it gets a special G-Max move that sets a special hazard. Considering that it's the first Pokemon that they put in their party, it wouldn't surprise me if that was what he was trying to do. Okay. I actually like Diggersby a lot as a lead because my opponent really doesn't have a lot for it. Yeah, and I thought he might lead Gengar, anticipating my Jellicent. So this is an ideal lead for me because I just get an Earthquake right off the bat. And because of my Focus Sash, I'm able to remove a huge threat in a potential Nasty Plot Gengar straight away, and it's gone, which is great. My opponent brings in their Heliolisk. I have a Ferrothorn for this. No HP Fire this gen, so this is a free rocks for me. What can my opponent bring into threaten this? Probably Copper Jar is his biggest threat. I don't know. Ludicolo comes in. That's interesting. What can this do to me? That will actually even hurt. I'm gonna knock him off. I don't see this as having anything to touch me. Yeah, Life Orb, Ice Beam. That's 0. Okay, I'm gonna protect just to get a little bit more back, and then I'm probably gonna go. This is actually my best thing versus Ludicolo, isn't it? That's fine. He goes Tar. Tar could set up. I don't have like a surefire switch into it. I don't know whether I should protect on his Fire Punch or Leech Seed on his Dragon Dance. That's the difficulty here. I have revealed that I like to protect here and there. I'm going to click it anyway. If he DDs, as long as he's not Fire Punch, we'll be fine. Yeah, he's only got Crunch, so that's Banded Crunch, but I am an Impish Pharaoh, so I'm going to be able to comfortably heal back the majority of that. It's a shame that he got a defense boost, because if he doubles into Bisharp here, he could basically be doing Choice Banded Bisharp numbers to me, which would, you know, it'd be pretty detrimental, but hopefully he'll stay in here. He actually Dynamaxes. This is going to mean that he cannot knock me out, because he's not doing any more than he was as Choice Banded, because Dynamax goes past it. It circumvents your choice item completely. If you guys didn't know, so basically that means that he's hitting a little bit stronger than Choice Banded onto a -1 Pharaoh, but at the end of the day, it's not doing more than the Choice Banded one would have done, which is pretty nice, to be honest. I'm going to double out into Mandibuzz, I think. And the reason why I want to do that is because once Ferrothorn... the reason why I want to do that is because once Ferrothorn gets rid of the defense drop, it will heavily wall this Tyranitar. Oh, he predicted it. Well played to my opponent. Yeah, well played to my opponent, I guess. There's not much that I really could have done about that. So... yeah, I mean, I guess I could have sacked the Diggersby, but I thought that, you know, it's really strong. It just kind of... oh, I was expecting it to get killed. Maybe I should have just sacked the Diggersby then. Oh, well. So that series of plays happened. It's a little bit unfortunate, but I do think that it shouldn't be too difficult for me to bounce back from here. I think I'll be quite happy to get off a U-turn and just knock out this. Yeah. The reason I did that is because... it allows me to choose Pharaoh or Jellicent without taking a Choice Banded hit. Yeah. Okay, if I choose Jellicent, then I have the issue that the what's it called, Heliolisk gets to Volt Switch on me. If I choose Ferrothorn, then Bishop comes in and starts setting up. Okay, I think I have to go Ferrothorn anyway, don't I? Or do I go Salazzle? Because it knocks out Ludicolo with Sludge Wave from this range, and he probably wouldn't send in Copper Jar or Bishop in case I was offensive. And it's unlikely that he'll send in Heliolisk as well. So I'm going to go Salazzle because it looks like it cleans up versus him, considering that he gave me the Tar. So that's what we're going to try and do. Yeah. He actually goes Heliolisk, and to me this just implies that he's Scarf. But my Salazzle is Toxic Protect. He serves me there, which is fine. It's tempting to click Sub. It's very tempting to click Sub. I'm actually going to click Toxic on his double. I can't believe he would stay in and do that, to be honest, but he did, so there you go. It's a real shame that I took that damage on Salazzle, because it means that now it won't take a Bishop Sucker Punch. So there might be a little bit of mind games there, but that's fine. At least the Heliolisk is poisoned, and that is really, really nice. Also, we know that he's Scarfed, so if I come in with my Jellicent here, and basically just... yeah, if I come with my Jellicent here and click Will-O-Wisp, then something will get Will-O-Wisped. It actually doubles into Copper Jar, but that's not going to be able to help him in this situation. Also, when you consider that Heliolisk is now taking 18% every single time it comes in, that's a lot. He does double to Heliolisk, that's fine. I have no issues with that because I have a Ferrothorn, and if he Volt Switches, that's fine. Ludicolo does come in. I'm going to protect here. He goes for Rain Dance. That's interesting. Very interesting. And fair enough, to be honest. Fair enough. It does make sense. He's going to pump me there. That's fine. I protect in between, obviously, because I want to come out of this with as much leftovers of recovery as possible. Okay, and I think I just knock off again. Even though I'm taking a lot from this, okay, this next one will do less than 30% to me, so yeah. He actually Rain Dances again, which is interesting. I don't know why he would, because the only one that this benefits right now would be Heliolisk, but that's fine. He goes Copper Jar, which is fine. I'm going to protect. He can't Dynamax this, so he can't hurt me if I protect. That's fine. I do not mind him clicking Earthquake there. Leech Seed is probably the best move for me here. Yeah. And that's also fine. So I can click Knock Off here quite freely. Yeah. If he Earthquakes again, he will get very little net damage on me. And if he switches, then I still get something out of it as well. So that's great. I'm able to knock off Bish's leftovers and Leech Seed it here, which is amazing. I'm worried about this a lot, and I'm worried about what it can do to me. And I may have to G-Max something to be able to live an attack from it, which is fine. I know Ferrothorn walls these two, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to sack the Salazzle, go into the Galarian Dam. Okay, I'm going to sack the Salazzle, go into, and the good thing about sacking the Salazzle is if he SDs again, I can spam Southern Protect and beat him. So that's really not, actually, it's probably not worth me sacking that. It's probably worth me sacking, the Jellicent. Yeah, that's fine. And now I can go Salazzle. And I sub first, I think. Yeah, that's fine. Throat Chops, now I protect. This is fine, because him bringing this in here allows me to protect again. He can Volt Switch, that's fine. I have to go Ferrothorn on the Volt Switch. It's fine though, because you've got to remember, next time Heliolisk comes in, it loses to the protects from my Salazzle. And all I have to do is hit a Leech Seed on this Bishop and then sack my Galarian Dam. So yeah, I hit the Leech Seed, which is amazing. I can protect here to get myself all the way up to full. ESDs again, that's fine. I just go into my Galarian Dam, sack that. Go into my Salazzle. Click sub. If he switches hard into Heliolisk here, he immediately loses. He has to sack a Pokemon. He has to hope that I attack and sack one, basically, I think. Yep, and he misses plays with the Sucker Punch there, which is fine. I'm able to protect here. The next Sucker. And then I'll just click a second Protect, because what this does is it gives me a 50% chance to end up with a sub here. He does just Throat Chop, which is the right play to make. He has to go Heliolisk here, but I win, because, yeah, nothing that he can do, because this doesn't get Fire Fang, I don't think. So, yeah, that's the first game. Yeah. If you guys want, I can leave these teams below as well. If someone wants to see any of my teams, then, or like have a paste of any of my teams, just leave a comment and I'll get back to it as quickly as possible with like a Poke Paste of all of them or something. Poke Paste has been down lately, funnily enough. I don't know when that happened, but yeah, interesting stuff. Interesting stuff. I'm just trying to like blab and fill the time. Oh, I'll tell you what. I'm loading up this new team, by the way. We'll see how it goes. I wouldn't be surprised if I lose, especially because he's got Conkeldurr, which is a great Hydreigon check. But anyway, oh, this dude must be like pretty high on the ladder if someone's like, if people are like following him. Ooh, waiting for Pokemon Showdown. Oh yeah, in the meantime, something to. Oh yeah, this guy's got a lot of stuff under his belt. They're not all particularly high though. Hang on, let's see. Gen A OU. Oh yeah, that's very high on the ladder. Okay. Also, I'm going to show you guys something real quick. Hang on. Trying to do. There we go. I want to show you guys this. Yes, I'm starting a new series on my channel, and it is basically rip off rags to riches. I made this logo for it on Photoshop whilst I was at college because I get free Photoshop there. Yeah, just looking forward to starting that. I'll probably do one for Gen 8. It'll probably be like a whip off of Pokeaim, like a weekly. Well, Joey does his like daily, doesn't he, or something? But mine will be like a weekly or like twice a week. Climb to like top 100 on the ladder or something. There's no way I can get to. It'll be like top 100, top 500 or something like that. There's no way I can get to top 10, but I'm just not that great. But I can definitely get to top 500 in any tier if I really put my mind to it. So that's what the plan there is going to be. Anyway, back to the game. Where were we? Trying to figure it out. Ah, here we go. And that I think. No, this one. I'm trying to figure out how I navigate looking professionally. It's okay. I'll just click F11 again. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna miss this this game real quick. Hang on. Let me make sure I don't time out. Okay. I'll just click this move before, and then we'll go into the game. I'm scared of the Duraludon. I don't know whether it gets a fire move or not. Hang on. Let me check all of this stuff out. Let me check all this stuff out. I want to see whether Duraludon gets fire move or not. If not, then obviously Pharaoh is a hard wall. But if it does, hang on, I've got to make this Gen 8 as well. Okay. Duraludon. Let's see. I bet you it gets like Fire Blast or something. No fire moves. Okay. So the best move that it'll be able to go for to hit my Pharaoh would be Body Press, because that would use its defense stat. Excuse me. Yeah. Okay, cool. So that's pretty nice. I am going to lead off with. If he predicts me to lead off with Pharaoh, then I think leading off with Clef is fine. He actually leads off with Duraludon, and I feel like that works out pretty nicely for him. My Pharaoh can come on in here. I'm going to just go straight for Rocks. We both trade Rocks, that's fine. But what this does do is it gives me a knockoff on something. And I'll take a knocked off Sugarberry. He Dragon Tails, and he's going to take extra chip because of that. That's fine with me. He does get a little bit of chip on my Hydreigon, just 6%. But this is not something that I'm particularly worried about. I'm going to go Pex in case he Dragon Tails again, and this is because it's just like small amounts of chip here and there, really. Yeah, as Pex is going to eat that up very comfortably. My opponent switches into Pex. Hatrini is probably his best one. So I think what I'm going to do is, I want to go Dharm, but I can't really. That's the thing. Oh, I reckon I can go Cinderace here. I don't know what the calc. Oh, geez, this man thinks he's nice with it, doesn't he? He really does. This man thinks he's nice with it. Okay, be that way, bro. Be that way. I was really expecting him to go Hitrini there, to be honest. That's going to do 2 to me. Yeah, because he's minus in his stats at the moment. Okay, I go Ferrothorn every time on this. My Ferro is Fizdef, so it'll take a lot from a Specs Boom Burst. Yeah, luckily I am barely not 2-KO'd, which is very nice. And I'm going to have to Leech Seed here. If he goes Hatterini, it would be not particularly great for me. But I have to Leech Seed. There's no other play that I can really make. I don't know whether he's going to predict a Protect or not. He doesn't, which is ideal, because I can now click Knock Off, and if he clicks Boom Burst again, then I'll guaranteed 1v1 this. Okay, nice. I am going to click... Okay, the question here is, do I want to click Leech Seed again on his Volt Switch, or do I want to click Protect on his Boom Burst here? I feel like he's going to... Oh, dude, he clicked Boom Burst. Okay, oh well. That's fine. I'm gonna have to take some... Oh wait, I can go Hydreigon and revenge this. Yeah, that's fine. So I just Dark Pulse, and he gives me that. He does remove the Ferrothorn, which is a wall to his Mimikyu, but I do also have a Toxapex still, and a slightly Fizdef invested Toxapex, so I'm not hugely worried about that. This thing comes on in. He could be Scarf T-Wave. He could also be Scarf... Scarf T-Wave. He is Scarf T-Wave. That's fine. That's not something that I'm incredibly worried about. I'm going to Nasty Plot here, as he's going to go Mimikyu. I unfortunately don't get the Nasty Plot, which will mean that I won't be able to 2-KO that. But with Life Orb, Rocks, all of that kind of thing, I do get to do quite a lot to the Mimikyu, which is very nice. I am going to go Toxapex on this. He does not Shadow Claw. Ideal. I'm going to Scald. He does go Hatterini, which is fine. I think I have to go Cinderace here. Hopefully he doesn't click a Psychic move. He actually goes straight for the Trick Room. Interesting. I'm very happy to click Pyro Ball here because I think I live. Unfortunately, he Dynamaxes and knocks me out with Max Mindstorm, which is very not good. Because I have no answers for Max Mindstormed Hatterini. I'm going to have to Baneful Bunker with my Pex, sack another, and then come in with my Galarian Dharm and try and beat it like that. G-Max Smite. That's scary. Smite is a nasty word. Okay. Okay, something interesting. If I hadn't let my Hydreigon get paralyzed, it had a definite chance of winning this with a sub up. But oh well. Whatever. What do I sack? That's the question. What do I sack? He's still got a full HP Rotom. That's something to consider. If I G-Max with my Hydreigon, I can probably do quite a lot to his Conkeldurr. I don't know whether I'm quicker. I'm probably, depending on his investment, I could definitely not be. Additionally, it's worth noting that my Clefable is really strong versus him at this point, because his Mimikyu has been taken down to that point. So I think... Okay, he can always guard against... Okay, so we have to consider that he can always guard once against Hydreigon by sacking one Pokemon, i.e. either sacking Conkeldurr or Mimikyu to break my substitute, and then knocking it out with the other one, right? But we also have to consider that Darmanitan always claims a kill versus the Mimikyu without having to worry about taking any damage or letting in anything else for free afterwards, i.e. maybe the Hatterini, or maybe letting in the Mimikyu, or maybe letting in the Rotom to get off a Volt Switch or something like that. I think... It's very difficult because I know that the Conkeldurr lives one from full from the Dharm. I'm going to sack the Hydreigon. Oh, that works out really nicely for me. Because I'm able to waste all of the rest of the Trick Room turns, which is incredible. I'm going to click Flash Cannon here in case he doesn't click Gleam. He does click Gleam, that's fine. That's the best play for him to make, because if I go Toxapex there, then it's still fine for him, because he can set up another, what's it called? Trick Room, and then get another Specs Psychic or whatever it's called. Okay, I think I have to Icicle Crash, even though I desperately want to U-turn, but I'm going to calc it real quick, I think. Let me find where I calc. What tab do I have that can calc? Here we go. Here we go. Okay. I don't know. Okay. Let me think. Let me just get Darmanitan's stats up. We'll go for UU Choice Band. We'll get rid of Sheer Force, and we'll give it Rain Dish. There we go. That's fine. And we can give you Ice Typing. That's nice. Icicle Crash. Nice. And we want to get a Hatterene won't be in here, will it? So I'll get a Lele and give it some more bulk, because Hatterene is basically bulky Lele. So let's make this base 100 and this base 90 or something, isn't it? Yeah, not 190, bro. Okay. It's something like that. Let's see. That'll give us a general indication. That is very bulky. Hang on. Yo, what? Oh shit, I lost it into activity. Oh well, sorry guys. I wasn't planning on losing that one. I definitely could have Icicle Crashed to knock him out there, but oh well. It's a bit of a shame. I was just afraid that Rotom would come in and get a free Volt Switch on me. Yeah. Oh well. It happens, doesn't it? Especially, it was a real shame because everything was in range of Clef to win. That's the thing, isn't it? All I had to do was wear down the Mimikyu. But, oh well, all that needless calking and needless talking. I think that's where I'll leave it for this update video today, guys. Be sure to check out all the stuff that will be coming out soon. I've got a UU Majors tournament replay that never went up from a month ago or something. So I'll definitely be putting that up maybe today, maybe tomorrow, something like that. That new series that I was showing, I definitely want to do that as well. So thank you very much for watching, guys. Sorry to end on a bit of a disappointment, but I think the video needed to end anyway. I've got stuff to do and that kind of thing. Thank you very much for watching, like always, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.